So this week I was missing my garden. It's gotten cold recently where I live. So I decided to order one of these hydroponic indoor gardens. I used to have one of these a while back, and I guess somewhere along the line when we moved a couple times, we must have gotten rid of it. So I was itching to get one of these again, and there was a big sale online. So I decided to order one, and I ordered some seeds. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. This one looks a little different than the one I used to have years ago. So I figured I would try to plant things that I thought could be managed in such a small little space like this in the house. I started off with parsley seeds, and the directions said to soak those little brown sponges in water, which I did, and then put them in the white baskets, put each of the baskets in the holes in this lid, and then put the seeds. So I figured I would make 2 of them parsley, and they give you a little thing of plastic tweezers to try to get the seed down the hole that's in the middle of the sponge. So I tried my best to get all the seeds in, and I actually had an eyedropper because you're supposed to wet the seeds. So I used an eyedropper to wet the seeds, and this hydroponic garden kit came with these green stickers that they said the reason to put these green stickers is so that the sponges don't get moldy. So we're going to go with it. So I put the stickers, and then I labeled these little round labels that they provided. So I'm going to do these 2 with parsley. And it came with these plastic domes that you leave on for a little while until the seeds germinate and start to grow. And then you can remove them. And I have a recipe that calls for mint, fresh mint. So I figured I would try to grow some in this thing. I don't know how this is going to work. The seeds were practically microscopic. I couldn't even really get them off my hand and into the pod, so I just kind of tried to dump them in. I took the tweezers and tried to get them in the hole, but they went everywhere. They were so small that this was incredible. So let's hope some of them went in the hole and some of them will grow. If not, I guess we can plant something else in these 2 sponges. And I took the eyedropper and I gave them some extra water. And I put these stickers again and put the labels and put the domes on top. I remember when I used to grow my original garden, it was an Arrow Garden brand, and I used to have a lot of luck actually growing lettuce in the house. At one point, I grew little tiny cherry tomatoes, and it went fine for years actually. I think one of the reasons I got rid of it was after a few years of growing, the lettuce had bugs on it, and I kind of freaked out, and I think we didn't do it anymore, and then we wound up moving and not bringing it with us. But this kit actually came with directions that should you get some sort of insects, I guess, growing, that you could spray it with water and eliminate them. And if you had to, you could spray it with some sort of pesticide, which I really don't want to do because I plan on eating all this stuff. We're going to try our best here to see how this goes. If anything, it will give me a little bit of a taste of gardening while it's really cold out. The first thing I grow every year is onions. I order them from Texas, and I order them in October, and they arrive the first week of April every year. So that will be the first thing that I am definite that I'm going to be growing. So to tide me over until then, I'm going to try with this garden. So here is jalapeno peppers. Before the jalapenos, I did basil. And I did cherry tomatoes. And then I used about 3 of these containers to fill this up. It takes 3 liters of water. And then I put the top back on that had the lights, and I plugged that in. And I plugged the machine into the wall, put the light and the filter on, and let's see what happens.